Hello friends, welcome to Cooking Western Yearly Meeting, this cookbook from Western Yearly Meeting. And it's a part of a Quaker organization that I belong to. So we've been cooking through the appetizer section of this cookbook. And tonight we're going to start on refried bean dip appetizer from Barbara Jean Hall at Paoli Friends. So I'll get the ingredients around and we'll start making this. Friends, I'm back with the ingredients. So this refried bean dip starts off in the ingredients with corn chips. So you'll need those for dipping or serving. Also, it asks for 2 cans of refried beans, 1 pound of ground beef, 1 diced onion, so I have an onion here, 2 4-ounce cans of taco sauce. It says mild, a brand name like Ortega. However, we'll be using some of my Tapatio sauce. This is a wonderful product from California that I just fell in love with there. Also, 8 ounces of Old English, Colby, or cheddar cheese. So Old English is actually a jarred cheese, so it's slightly, gelatinous, but melts well as cheddar or Colby shredded cheese would also melt well. I'll be using cheddar cheese tonight. And then 2 tablespoons of chili powder. So let's get started. We'll get started by chopping an onion tonight. I don't know if I've ever chopped an onion with you all, but if I have, you'll know that I sort of do it differently than some of the way that modern chefs do it, or even the French method, which is to cut the onion vertically first and then start slicing through it, so you have pre-cut little slices of onion. I really don't do that. Once I get the peel off, I slice it in half and then just cut the onion. I think it's faster than the French method. Do whatever works for you, of course, but I think it's fine, to do whichever way is most comfortable for you, and that works for the way you're cooking. I think this method, I have a little bit more control over the angle of the knife, as well as the size of the slice of the onion as well. And then that way I'm able to really dice it pretty fine. I also did not note, but I'm going to make a half recipe for this, so I'm only using half an onion tonight. Okay, we'll move to the stove. Okay, I already have my ground beef starting to brown here in this pan. So I will add the onion here. So everything that we'll add now would just be to this pan here, to this pot here. And then I think this would be a good dip for a party appetizer. You could make this in larger batches and take it in a crock pot, or they have even some of those smaller crock pots that you can take dips in to different parties and things like that. Okay, you can see here that the onions have turned nice and translucent, and that the beef is all browned. So at this point, I'm going to turn this heat down just a smidge. And then, so we'll add the beans. Now I've made refried beans at home. It's pretty easy. But since I eat vegetarian mostly, I do tend to keep a lot of canned beans and dried beans on hand as well. Makes for an easy meal. And beans are one of the best things for you, I think. They're full of fiber, protein when you combine them with a starch. They're just wonderful foods to have around. So I'll stir these beans into the hamburger mixture here with the onion. As they sort of combine and get warm in the pot, they're going to melt down a little bit here. So it'll be easy to stir here in just a minute. Okay, I'm going to add the taco sauce, or in my case, hot sauce. This is the kind of thing you measure with your heart. And depending on how spicy you like things. Whoops, I splashed some of that taco sauce everywhere. Well, it's not real cooking unless you get something dirty. Oh, that smells wonderful when you add the hot sauce in there. Now I'm going to add the cheese. I think my dog heard a cheese bag open. Every time we open the cheese bag, we say that we have to feed Betty our cheese tax. We have to pay the cheese tax to Betty. So she gets some cheese. So that she's happy when we're happy. And then finally, we won't forget the chili powder. I think that's a great addition. Could probably also add what other kinds of like taco spices that you might like cumin, or even some granulated garlic or onion powder would be great in this kind of dip. So let me dish this out for you, but it looks really good already. So I've opened my bag of taco chips here, and I will taste this bean dip with you. That's terrific. I really like the addition of the hot sauce as well as the cheese in with the bean dip. I think that adds a nice flavor, as well as the ground meat adds a substantive element to it. So sending you lots of joy and love this season, and may you delight in the inner light. Thanks for joining me. See you next time.